I accidentally attended my own funeral, and nobody there knew who I was. 3 months before graduation, I disappeared. Not physically, legally. One day my school records stopped existing. My email was gone. My grades were gone. Even my student ID number came back as invalid. At first I thought it was a system glitch. Then I got called into the principal's office. He looked terrified. Not angry. Terrified. And he asked me a question I'll never forget. How long have you been pretending to be Ethan Walker? The problem? I was Ethan Walker, or at least I thought I was. My parents thought it was some ridiculous mistake, until they couldn't find my birth certificate. Then they couldn't find my social security records. Then they couldn't find a single hospital record from the day I was born. Within a week, nobody could prove I existed. And that's when my mom finally told me the truth. Except, it wasn't the truth. Because 2 days later, she disappeared. No note, no warning, nothing, just gone. And the last thing she said before leaving was, "If anyone asks, tell them you're not my son." At that point, I stopped going to school, stopped answering calls, stopped leaving the house. Because every answer was creating 10 new questions. Then I got a package. No return address. Inside was a photograph, me, standing next to a gravestone. The gravestone had my name on it. Ethan Walker. Date of death. 11 years earlier. I was 16. Do the math. That made absolutely no sense. So I did something incredibly stupid. I went to the cemetery, and the grave was real. Same name. Same birthday. Same everything. Then I noticed something behind it. A funeral program. Old. Faded. Almost destroyed. I opened it. And that's when I saw the picture. The kid in the photo looked exactly like me. Not similar. Exactly. Same face. Same eyes. Same scar above the eyebrow. The scar I've had my entire life. I thought I was looking at my own obituary. Then I turned the page and saw my mother's name. She wasn't listed as his mother. She was listed as a guest. That's when I realized something was horribly wrong. The dead boy wasn't me, but somehow, my mother had known him. I spent weeks trying to figure out who he was. Eventually, I found one person who attended the funeral, an old woman. The second she saw me, she started crying. Not normal crying, the kind of crying people do when they see a ghost. Then she said 5 words that changed everything. "You have his father's eyes." And suddenly every piece fit together. The records, the grave, my mother disappearing, the fake identity, everything. Because the boy who died 11 years earlier wasn't my brother. He wasn't my cousin. He wasn't even related to me. He was my father's son. And after he died, my father kidnapped me, changed my name, and spent 11 years raising me as the child he lost. The reason nobody recognized me at my own funeral was because it wasn't mine. It was the funeral of the boy I was forced to replace.